All right, gentlemen. Tuesday, I actually had some really good focus. Lost it for a minute and then grabbed it back and was proud. I mean, we're learning to practice better. We're not there, but we're learning to start to see signs of practicing better with more consistency. So we'll see. But good to you. Questions?
Jimbo, when you were called those fullback guys for Freddie, it's kind of like you're telling the defense, hey, I really want these points. You guys better go out and score them, right?
No, I mean that's our short yardage. Freddie's that's a great thing, and our wedge package in there, and the way we block it, and he's a powerful, strong runner. Does a good job, and you got to get those yards. Those are 1-2 yard plays that you got to grind out, hit them quick and move people.
With you being pro style, is that kind of one of your favorite plays?
Oh, I love it. I grew up on that. That was what Florida State did. That's 34 wham. I mean that's one I played with. That's one Dane Williams set a touchdown record with. That was the play for Florida State for years and years and years. Ain't went away. It's amazing how good when things are good and sound, they last forever.
Was it even called that when you played? Y'all called it the same thing? Y'all called it
Our offense I played in was the same as Florida State offense. I mean, verbiage, almost identical.
There have been some rumblings about Big Harrison. Is he still with the team?
As of right now, he's suspended right now. We'll see what happens. Team violation.
Coach, a lot of talk about Dalvin, but how about the core that you have there at running back? Are you pretty happy with it?
Yeah, Jacquez is going better, and Vickers got banged up in the game. It's a shame he got banged up in the game, but Brian Green, all those guys, and Freddie, Mamir, I love him. That group is a really good group.
Is that kind of like the viewpoint now? I mean, for that running game, you got two guys that can almost get.
Well, I hope so. I hope we keep it going like that. You can rotate those guys that much. And get that. I mean, that's an exceptional number of carries usually for a game for two guys, but it was one of those games that it was going, and that was what was working. We were going to keep feeding it. That allowed us to control the clock, control the ball, move the ball, do the things we need to do.
As far as the time of possession.
Exactly. I mean, we had the ball for 40 minutes.
How far has Maven come as a blocker?
Getting better and better. He's really grinding his thing, getting better and better, doing better, and he's got a chance to be a really good player. Just keep working.
Did it feel like maybe a light came on with him a little bit in that game, the way he blocked?
Yeah, I mean he did. I mean I hope so. I hope a light came on with a lot of them. But and you go out there and you have success. You realize you start doing. You got a lot of plays. It was a game that you don't see a lot of that. You don't see a lot of two tights anymore like that. And that's good for us because then we become the different thing.
With his frame, could he get involved in the passing game?
Oh, Lord, he can do it. Maybe athletically, as he's learning to be a really good football, maybe can do anything he wants to do. I mean, he really can.
Jimbo, one of the big emphases since you've been here is eliminating chunk plays. It seems like this year
we've given them up. And that's big. Like I say, turnovers, big plays affected. The first two plays, we got it. Guy don't finish the play. The 119 had down the sideline. We didn't do it. Got out of gaps on the runs. Remember I told you on the others. I mean, now we've made a couple nice plays down the field, got a couple interceptions, but we're giving up big plays. When you give up big plays, the chances for the other team to score usually go through the roof when you hit one big play in a series. You get a first down to big play, it's almost impossible not to score. And we work on them, talk about them. We just got to continue to coach and get them to do it right.
Are guys trying to make too many big plays? Is that what's
No, I don't know. Like that one the other day. But it gets we're in position. He just runs. You think you have him, you just got to press it and go. And I don't know if he didn't think they wouldn't throw a shot on the first play or what it was, but he's got to finish plays, technique and everything.
Last year you guys were really good.
Really good for a long time. I mean, we've always been, don't give up. Since 12 and 13 we were really good. 14 we gave up some a little bit. We got lax. And then 15 we were excellent. We were the top 10 in the country last year in that. I mean, like I said, we're the only team in America last year that never gave up 25 points in a game. So, the bowl game we did, but during the regular season, we never gave up 25 points in a game. We're the only team in America to do it. So it's not what we're doing, and it's not. We just got to play better and get them coaching better and get back in the rhythm and get some injured guys back, and then get some of those young guys, get some urgency. They do it right for a while, but doing it right every time, and that's what happens.
And as an offensive, as a play caller, what does it do for you if you get those against other teams?
Oh man, it loosens the game up because now they got to. Okay, they can throw it over my head. Now I can run the football. I can throw underneath. But you got to force it. You got to find ways to find those chunk plays. I always say that turnovers, penalties, but then chunk plays is right there with that when you're in successive games. And we've been able to get a lot of them ourselves on offense.
Couple freshmen, Rice, Becker had tackles on
getting
special
better
teams.
and better. They're getting special teams, getting some time on defense. Hopefully in time as they're picking things up. You're 4 games in, and pleased with their progress.
When they make even if it's just one play or something like that on special teams as a coach, does that change when you evaluate them? You see that they're kind of picking little things up?
And what you're asking them to do. And when their roles, and it builds their confidence. As long as their confidence goes up, that's when they start getting better.
We saw Trey Marshall walking on the boot. How's his recovery
Good.
kind of
Seems to be going good about what we thought. We're going. I mean, if he knows what we're doing and what we're doing, it ain't no sense to push a couple things. So we're just being patient with it.
Is there a chance he sits out Saturday? Or you probably
Nah, I don't think so. Not from what I'm hearing.
We saw
Should be back hopefully by this week to practice something. From what I understand. But I mean, again, I'm not a doctor. Wait and see how he's treating himself.
We saw Levante walking out. Well, wasn't just out
Got a
there.
quad. Got thumped in the quads. Had a quad contusion for a while. Bothered him.
You look at Dalvin's success this last weekend. I mean, was it more offensive line matchups or just an attitude they came out with?
Both. He hit the seams. He ran fast. His eyes were good. He saw the holes, saw the cuts. We blocked. We got hats on hats. We blocked downfield. You know, giving them the long creases. And it was a combination of guys doing their job. I mean, it really was. Quarterback getting us in the right look, running in the right things we wanted to run into. You know, the whole process.
I noticed the last game or two, Dontavius seems to be more emotional. Is that because he feels better about what he's doing?
Dontavius.
Jackson.
Yeah,
I mean,
he is.
seems to be more.
Those guys get more. It's like anything. You get in a comfort zone. You start having more fun. You start realizing, hey, I can do this. I understand what's going on. You just enjoy being out there more instead of, oh Lord, what do I do?
Dalvin said after the Ole Miss game and the last game too, the offense just started. You know, when you see it clicking, you can see what you guys can do. What does that mean for you to see your team clicking like
Oh,
that?
it's happy because it knows the success they can have. And I know the kids when they work hard, they want to have success. But it's also that and see why you have success. That we're doing things right. We're practicing the right way. We're doing the right things. We're doing the little things. Like we watch film and show them a couple times we scored touchdowns, and the reason was no one would ever thought about it. Like for instance, on the first play when Bobo ran the option route, that 15 inside release instead of outside release and forced it, like I always say, because sometimes we haven't done that, and it gave him the space to work the route, where before sometimes it wouldn't. I'm just using that for an example. There's a lot of little things like that we keep trying to show these guys and educate them, even when you don't have the ball or you're the backside or whatever, how you affect the whole picture of what goes on, and that's what they're starting to grasp a little bit.
How hard is it for young players to grasp?
Oh, extremely hard, especially when you haven't been in systems like that. You know what I'm saying? And also, kids today, I keep saying it, they don't focus like they used to. And it's because of our world. We are in a multitasking world, and you got to hone them in on details. You got to force them.
How much do you pay attention on Sundays to what your guys are doing in the league?
I hear about it. Guys stay in touch with me. I mean, I ask the guys if they see a guy and say, hey, who's doing that? Or they make our GAs or somebody keep me up about it.
Did you hear about Jalen and Steve Smith and that thing?
Yeah, I didn't understand it. Somebody said they got into it on Twitter or something. That's where it lost me because I wasn't following. Because I wasn't
Jalen
following.
wasn't backing down from Steve Smith apparently.
Jalen ain't gonna back down with nobody.
Yeah.
That's why I love Jalen. That's why I love playing with Jalen. Jalen was a dog now. I mean, he was a player, a competitor, and Jalen's gonna compete. He ain't gonna back down from nobody. That's why I loved him. That's why I want. Give me 100. Give me 85 dogs.
Do you have guys on this defense you feel like can beat that
Yeah,
guy?
there's guys like that. There's guys like that on that defense. You always need more of them. You never have enough of those guys. But you got to continue to do that. And that's what I say. Sometimes I want too many nice guys now. I love them being nice, but I want some dogs. We good?